The Brazilian government said the World Cup would help bring urban mobility and other projects that would benefit people long after the tournament was over. But in some cities, critics say the event has increased the stark divisions in Brazil. Gabriel Elizondo reports from Fortaleza.
Brazil's surfing capital, the city of Fortaleza, a hotspot for tourists who want the sun-soaked beaches of Brazil's wild northeast coastline. But there's another side to the city where not everyone is riding a wave of prosperity, where deep economic and social divisions remain hidden in the shadows. SABRINA MAIA knows it because she lives it in the impoverished community she's called home her entire life. Raw sewage runs through the streets, rats are common, and dengue fever widespread. But the 500 families that live here have few options.
The majority of people who live here are people who are in need. We can't afford to live anywhere better. Nobody lives somewhere where there's open raw sewage because they want to.
This community was one of those slated for demolition to make way for a light rail line, part of the World Cup urban mobility project. But many residents didn't move, saying the roughly $30,000 being offered by the government to each family was not enough. New condos right across the street sell for more than $400,000 each. The light rail line was never completed and sits unfinished. The community now left half destroyed. Residents tell us it's worse off than it was before.
This is the part of Fortaleza that the city does not want you to see. It's really inhumane conditions here. That's the only way to accurately describe it. And it really looks like a war zone in some parts. The city has destroyed more than 90 homes in an attempt to evict people from this community.
The federal government says its social inclusion programs over the past decade have lifted more than 36 million people out of extreme poverty, a sign their policies are working, they say. Fortaleza may have a new multi-million-dollar stadium, but researcher MARIANA MENDES said it's come at a cost.
The World Cup has amplified the contrast between rich and poor, where there are selective improvements in areas with real estate speculation, but at the same time have neglected other areas where poor people live, where it's not a priority.
It's a tale of two cities, one with an undeniably beautiful picture postcard image, but also one with a much darker side. Gabriel Elizondo, Jazeera, Fortaleza, Brazil.